exactly ridiculous.
You need a set of those.
I like the one from the second, so if that's.
Yeah, that's the same
Yeah,
one.
do you need anything else in the agenda?
Pardon?
You have the agenda and the minutes?
December's minutes?
Yes.
Yes, I have it.
Perfect.
She had this.
Perfect.
Can I get a copy of it?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, of course. I don't think I've ever had to run a meeting in a mask, so good luck to me.
I'm gonna pass out a copy for each person. Bob Nye was a longtime member of the Beautification Commission. He lived in the condos right next door here. And he was a great contributor. Didn't say a whole lot, but when he spoke, everybody listened. And pretty impressive life.
Thanks, Brian. I'm calling the meeting to order at 7:10 p.m. And then you don't necessarily have to do a roll call. I've already kind of made notes on the minutes, so I'll pass it on. You know who's here and who's excused and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. So approval of December minutes. If you have not had a chance, has anybody not had a chance to look at them? Want a few couple minutes to go over them? Perfectly fine if you do.
Motion to approve the minutes?
Second. All in favor of approving, or does anyone have any corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? All right, minutes are approved from December. I've reappointed some new appointments, so all of the commissioners who had wanted to be reappointed were reappointed. We don't have a new appointment yet. Unfortunately, we lost Brad, which we're very sad about. I hope someday his circumstances will bring him back to us because he was a valuable member. But I will talk to Michelle about making sure that we have a new member to replace them. I don't think at this time we have any applications. So if you have any friends that you know that have been excited about your participation in the commission, feel free to have them fill out the application. If they can't see it on the actual city website, I can definitely make that copy available to them to fill out that application so that the city can review that and make that appointment to fill that vacant position.
Kim,
Yes.
so how many commissioners do we have after Brad resigned?
Let me count right here, sorry.
We have 13.
I think we do. So I think 13, including, let's see.
13 plus.
I think
We
we
have
have
1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
We have 12 commissioners and then Brian and are in 3 cops, right? So a total of 14 people who attend meetings, 12 commissioners. I think we decided that was our minimum. So
we
now we're
are
down
at
to
our minimum right
11.
The reason I'm bringing it up is apparently this format is gonna be the standard from now on.
Okay.
So logistically, I don't think we should seek out a new commissioner at this time because there's not enough chairs.
Well, we'll also have to check our quorum issue because, we have people who cannot be here for any reason. Thank you. I love having Lisa sitting next to me.
Well, for example, right now, there's not an available chair.
Oh, we're supposed to be composed no fewer than 15
And no
fewer than 20. So, and 15 includes our council member,
Mhm.
officers from the city. So we do need to have at least
Okay.
one more person. So we're gonna just have to figure out how to make this work,
All right.
space wise. So,
There was a time though, Brian, that we were asked not to exceed 15. I think there was just so much going on at the time and was such a turnover that we were asked to limit it to that because we just didn't have enough stability to merit that many more people. And it said if we kept it to 15, we could get a good core group that would always show up at meetings.
yeah. And well, Laura actually had to be at another event, but otherwise 2 of our members are out of town, and I'm hoping that in the future we'll be able to allow them to attend, at least view via Zoom, and then if they have questions, issues, because they are often out of town for that first couple of months of the year. But they are very active members and very involved. Both of them expressed disappointment that they couldn't meet via Zoom because they wanted to stay engaged with the process and all of that kind of stuff. So now that we've kind of explored that whole avenue via COVID, it'd be nice to keep that as a possibility for people who cannot necessarily make it in person. So
Yeah, and for us, since it is live stream, we
Mhm.
can have them watch live stream from where they are and they can just text us if they need to ask questions or like that.
right, and then we
That's a
can
good
read them
part.
aloud.
Yeah,
We wanted to check to make sure that that was okay with.
I think asking questions, they can't vote. I don't think they can
Right.
vote if they're not here, so the
Right.
legality part of it is,
Right.
we'll have to see that later.
Right.
Yeah, and then we did set our charter last year, Brian, which Kim just read off, 15 minimum. 20
Thanks,
maximum.
Elisa.
Thank you.
So I do not have the updated roster, and I actually totally forgot the 2022 schedule, so that's on me. I will make sure to have that for March. The updated roster, I didn't want to, I did put one out in December, but I just wanted to kind of firm it up and make sure that everything was all set. It is pretty firm. Everything I've checked out with the city seems to be in order, but I just want to actually firm everything up. It's been so fluid in terms of
Yeah.
COVID restrictions and city restrictions and stuff like that. But I want to make sure it's set, but so far we're good. This was a little bit of a one-off with the snow day, but hopefully going forward, we're gonna have the same meeting days that we have right now. And I will have an updated roster, hopefully once we get a new commissioner. Correspondence publicity. You guys mentioned a thank you from a
Yeah.
city
unfortunately, I
member.
don't
We're
think I
gonna get the
heard it.
details of that from March, right?
But
I'll bring that from our.
Perfect.
The details of the card, though, I just wanted to share. It was quite a lengthy card. It was from one of our Beautification Award winners. I want to say 1,000 black and fell for.
Oh,
And she just was so, it was like almost a relief and happiness because she had gone through such a bad year with the flooding. She said that the water in her basement was up to her ceiling down there and she lost everything. And then for our commission to give her an award, pepped her up a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, good. All those residents, some included. Thank you so much, but good to give a little bit of,
Everything else.
right?
And I will tell you, Kim, the next edition of the park communicator, it came out a little different schedule than we originally anticipated, but it will include the holiday award winners. A little article about the holiday award winners will be in the next edition. Now, I'm not sure, Vikas, do you know when that's coming out?
No, I think we had one in January, right?
No, it is actually earlier.
It was end of December.
Yes, it wasn't the schedule they first gave us.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I know the schedule. I looked into that. So they're gonna try to get back to the regular schedule. So that would mean the next issue would come out, this issue was supposed to come out February 1st. So the next issue would come out
First?
yeah, June 1st.
Oh,
right?
June 1st.
June 1st, which means the deadline is May 15th. So it's gonna be the exact same schedule that used to be. There was 2 years there where it was all turned upside down.
Of course. So we think the deadline for next is May 15th. Can you double check? that?
I'll double check that, Kim, I'll give you the
Perfect.
exact dates, but their intention is to go back to the previous, from 3 years ago, the schedule that.
Okay.
But I will say, I was given a schedule and I met that schedule, but the publication came out before that schedule.
Oh, no.
There was some
Yeah,
confusion.
right, it was screwed up.
You want me to check to make sure that they're gonna put that into the next communicator
No,
then?
Mary Beth has already assured
she
me it'll
assured
be
you it
in.
will.
I assumed it was going to be coming out in February.
Okay.
I don't
It
know.
was supposed to.
Okay.
Okay,
What
well, I
about
don't know.
Beautification Award, did they ever go in?
They wouldn't have if they,
I didn't put those in. I put the
Right.
holiday awards in. Somebody else should have put those in.
It'll be, we'll have to put it in the next.
Didn't
issue.
you put those in?
Sometimes.
You
the beau-
did.
I thought those were in there.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
we did.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we
had a
were in
late
that
summer
issue.
But were they in there?
We had, yeah.
Yeah, they're in there.
Late summer.
Sometimes the beautification awards are in the February issue, and the
Oh,
holiday
right.
awards are actually in the next
Okay.
issue, but they both should be in this issue.
Wait, what?
along with the tree sale and the flower exchange.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna double check what has transpired with what has been published. If we need to republish the beautification awards, I think that's important, and I'll make sure those get published in there. But this should, May 15th should make the Arbor Week deadline, right?
No, Arbor Week, it will not be ready in time for the Arbor Week winner is usually not ready in time unless they have a delay in their publishing schedule. Because they won't be recognized at City Hall until a meeting in May. That's too close to the publishing schedule
To
for
make it
them to
happen.
leave me
Okay,
enough room.
fair enough.
Usually that's how it happens,
That's
but it can be different.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Okay, just wanted to kind of check that. All right, so we'll just double check with our communicator and see where we are being on track and what our deadlines are for all of our various events. And make that part of whoever's
Yeah.
doing the events, what you kind of want to keep sight of to make sure you get your event in that. Forestry report, what do you have for us, Brian?
I want to report on something Vikas and Nick, Lisa, and myself have looked into for a while now, and now we are officially through the Michigan Municipal League Green Community Challenge of a level bronze. So I just want to paraphrase kind of what this was about. There's a point system, you had to get 20 points to get to level bronze. And to get points, you had to get things like composting, for example, our leaf composting, none of those leaves that you see with no point bark goes into it. Landfill, we compost all that. That's just an example, but we just got bronze level today. So for 2022, that was for 2021, bronze level. For 2022, we're going to shoot for silver level, which is 60 points. And there's a list of things that we can apply for, but it's attainable. It's nice recognition for the city. None of the other gross points have achieved that. The only other thing I want to bring up, Kim, is Nick asked me to bring to the commission's attention. We've been talking about for a while experimenting with bioswales, and especially with the flooding. This really seems timely and environmentally friendly. And by the way, you know, I don't know if you read the papers, but the sustainability committee has been dissolved and we kind of absorbed their duties. Is that fair to say, Vikas?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so what I want to share with you is a problem we have right here at City Hall. You walk right by it, you saw that caution tape. And the reason that caution tape is there at the front entrance as you walk out to the parking lot is because there's a huge amount of ice buildup. The reason there's ice buildup is we had to disconnect the drain spout. So it wouldn't go in the combined sewer system. So that water didn't really have anywhere to go. It accumulated there as a hazard. And what are we gonna do? Just leave it like that forever? You know, caution tape right in front of City Hall. So what we want to do is this spring is create a bioswale. And a bioswale is basically a miniature retention pond where it doesn't go into any type of pipe or sewer. You dig out the impervious surface and you create like a rain garden type of thing. It can be really small. And those pictures I'm passing out now of a bioswale is from 2012. Lisa and I went to a conference in Portland, Oregon, and they're everywhere there. And so they don't have a problem with flooding, even though they get all that rain. Because at every corner of every
Oh,
street,
yeah. I've seen
the
these.
water is
Look.
corrected and drained into a bioswale, which basically is 12 feet deep, and the water is purified naturally by the soil.
And depending on the plants you plant, you can actually like mitigate like different toxins, you know.
Yeah, so instead of an ugly catch basin, you have a beautiful garden,
Exactly.
and natural rainwater keeps it irrigated. And we thought this would be a perfect spot right in front of City Hall, because there is this water spigot there in case there's a period of drought
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So anyways, Nick just wanted to throw that out there. It'll be a spring art project. In case anybody had any ideas, feel free to contact me and,
I was gonna say, does he want us to work on that as a project, or does he want? Thank you.
we've never done this before.
Okay,
So if anybody has any experience, you thought you'd tap on the commission, you know.
my other second question to that is, you mentioned the Sustainability Commission, and I know you reached out to me about that as well.
Yeah.
Are there people or committee? It was a committee,
It was
not
a committee, it
commission?
was Ame, myself, Nick, and now Mayor Hodges.
Are there, well, she's.
Ame's gone, yeah, it would be us.
Okay.
We would.
Oh,
either sus-
great. Okay,
either
so you have
assign
your
a-
expertise. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
if there was anyone from that committee already, you
Yeah,
might want to come onto the commission.
and Brian was on that as well.
And Brian, okay.
Yeah, so
Right, so we
him
have the
now.
expertise, we're gonna get it. That's great.
Yeah, and then we can reach out to the city, or
Yeah,
the
oh,
community
yeah.
to see if there's any residents. If we want to make a subcommittee, it's kind of up to us as a team to decide if we want to make a subcommittee for sustainability, or do we all want to integrate it into every meeting? we
Or
have.
maybe when we, maybe we rewrite the Beautification Commission to include sustainability.
Yeah, I think that's a
Right,
great idea.
to attract people
Yeah.
for that, right?
Yeah, and we're looking for someone now that you said there's no application, so I think it's a good.
I don't
yeah,
believe there, I'm gonna double check with
Yeah.
Mayor, but I'm pretty sure there are not, so that would be a great time if you know people who are.
Yeah,
interested or
yeah, I'm gonna
anybody
add
knows.
this.
Is there any money to use from this committee? And the reason I ask that, there is a gal on Keep Michigan Beautiful who works for a company in Ann Arbor, and this is the very kind of thing they do.
Yeah,
Do you know Alice? You remember her?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's what, she's in a company, they specialize in this kind of thing. I thought if you had money,
So we-
maybe a professional person could help you with that, because she's done a lot of that kind of work.
yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Nick if we have a budget. We had the intention of doing a sustainability audit last year, but that got pushed into our master plan payments. So it got pushed to the side, which wasn't planned, but with COVID coming in and all, a lot of things had to change quickly. So I'll ask Nick for what our budget is. And we did get the sustainability master plan from Ann Arbor as well, which
Wow.
it might have been. the-
Her
if she works-
company works.
Yeah,
Her
so-
company is out of Ann Arbor.
Yep.
It's not her company, she works. for
Yeah,
this
is it
company.
like A3 or G3 or something like
I
that?
don't remember.
Yeah,
right
I'll find
off
that.
the
I'll
top.
find that document. I have it at
I
home.
can get her name and number
Please.
to you if you would like.
I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great. And then as a team, how do we want to do the sustainability portion of this? Do we want to think about it for a month and then come back next month and see if we can come up with a plan together?
Yeah. Like,
Because
what-
Brian and I have already started working on this Michigan Green Communities, which was a big part of what we were doing with the Sustainability Committee last year and the year before. So this is a great start for us. The next thing is I'll look over some old minutes to see what some of our goals were. But we as a committee or commission can come up with some new goals that we want to do. And Brian and I will be able to input from previous years. But now we have new minds here. It's another year past COVID. But we can come up with some short-term goals, some long-term goals on what we want to do. And then we'll share the challenges, the part of the challenges that we have. So you can see what are some of the things we have to do. Like one is just
Right.
offer a recycling program. You get 2 points for that.
Do you
because
have
we
one
have a
to pass
recycling
around
program.
that everyone can just look at really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me another one. So this is 2022.
I don't know if this is an appropriate time for me to do, so I wonder if we can propose and maybe
Oh, no,
ponder on
2021.
the idea of
2021. So we can see what we.
proposing to the city that this
Is that
change
2021?
its focus from just
Think of the name of that.
beautification
Yeah,
to beautification and natural sustainability,
Yes, I love it.
something like that.
Did you guys have a mission?
I don't know if you guys heard that.
Like,
Yeah.
concrete
That if
goals
we
or-
propose to the
I
city,
say,
maybe
like,
we try to change
Just pick it up and-
our name and focus to not
That's good
only
stuff.
just beautification, but beautification and natural sustainability. Obviously, that's a longer term. It's not gonna happen this minute, but maybe something for us to ponder on, see how everyone feels about that, how they feel about being involved in that, and proposing that as something, and obviously the city has to make that decision, that's not
Yeah,
us.
if you want to email Michelle
Mhm.
and Nick and copy me and Brian, and then we can get that, start
Absolutely.
to talk about it through email and then we'll get it approved at our
Yeah.
city council meeting.
In the meantime, I don't want to steamroll everyone, so I want everyone to think about that and think about how they feel about being involved in that, because you're already part of this commission, right? So I don't want to be like, here's what we're gonna go toward without input from everyone from the committee. So I think this would be a really great focus for all of us, but I want everyone to be on board with that. So if you have some major objections to it or ideas about it, I would love to hear about it. And I'll start emailing just to get some input from the city, what we would need to do. We don't have to go this route, but it sounds like it could be a very productive way for us to go, depending on how everyone feels about it. So please let me know. Absolutely, objections are fine, and obviously they would be anonymous.
And Pat, Nick did share that there is funding available through the DEA, which is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know Alice has worked for a number of communities all over southeastern Michigan, actually all over the state, and a lot of cities. They've done amazing projects.
Yes, great.
There's a lot
Yeah.
out there that'll just blow us away, so I'm excited.
What do you, how like intense are, so you run
We
all
had
of
like-
the green community
we had
challenges, are you
4
looking at like LEED certification for buildings and like?
That's one of our
Or
long-term
is it-
goals, is to try to input to City Hall,
Small.
to City Council to say, if we do any projects, let's look at the sustainability side. Like now we're into making parking lots, we gotta make those sustainable.
Right,
Because our city's
right,
flooding so
right.
badly. Every new parking lot should have some kind of drainage, and we missed some last year because we weren't pushing this, and it wasn't because of effort, it was just not written down anywhere yet in policy. So that's something we can provide, you know.
We can have
the
some
lead thing
input
is a
on,
big-
which would be
big
nice.
goal.
Like that's a, yeah.
Yeah, so we can
yeah.
have short-term goals, which we've defined. We have a mission statement
Okay.
already. I'll bring all that next. I'll share that with all of you in the meantime.
Okay.
Before the next meeting, and then we can go from- but we met 4 times a year, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it wasn't a huge
Okay.
effort, but we can integrate it into our meetings when necessary.
Do you know if the new DP, is that the DPW building?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Does that have any like green infrastructure?
It's supposed to, yeah, it was all in the
I
plan,
was just
so
wondering.
we'll get an update. Nick has been updating us monthly on that. So that's a
Okay.
simple email to him to see what we're trying to implement. That's something we can say, hey, we're doing this with our DPW. And I know they're creating either a retention pond or some kind of drainage, good
Oh,
for,
cool.
because there's a lot of cement going there too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And
so-
the other thing
I thought
is
of you, yeah.
getting pervious
Yep.
surfaces so that the water will drain through the parking lots
Straight down.
straight down into the ground
Yeah,
rather
I love
than
it. That's what we
pooling
talked
on
about.
the top.
Yeah.
Right.
We put that, I put that on the, so this is the list for 2021. Reading through the challenges from the Michigan Green Community Challenge. There was an action item that addressed hardscapes and landscaping and impervious surfaces. And I included that on the 2022 list because I thought about what happened to you when your neighbor put all that hardscape
Oh, yeah.
in the backyard. And when we submitted the recommendations to the sustainability,
Yeah.
probably in 2020, we included that.
Yeah, no, that was
One of
something
our
we've been pushing for
recommendations.
sure. So we're on the
Yeah.
same page there. I don't know, is it in 2022?
It is
Let's
somewhere
choose
in
the list
there.
for 2022.
It's, let me see.
You want this back?
Here it is.
So flood
I put it in there for, like, look,
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is part of the master plan as well. So that's good.
that is good.
Well, it just seems like a natural marriage to me, but if anyone, I mean, without losing our original focus of, obviously beautifying the community, we're not gonna completely pivot, but at the same time, I think this is something that can really come together very nicely. So I'd like to see that happen, but I would definitely want everyone's input before we go that route.
It's honorable.
Okay. Wonderful. Thanks, Brian. Anything else?
I have a
No.
question.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm gonna ask Brian about winter tree trimming. Have you started doing that yet?
No, but that's a good question. I'm glad you asked it. We are going to start it any day now. We kind of got backed up, but, the same company that trimmed, nearly 1,000 trees in the cabbage patch area, they're coming back to do about 25,000 hours worth of work in the same area for the large elms and, oak trees that we intentionally skipped during the summer because of Dutch elm disease and oak wilt, respectfully. And I was expecting them early February. They got pushed back a little bit. I'm looking forward to seeing them back any day now.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna move on to
Okay.
new business. Pat, you said you had some information about Arbor Week and what's coming
Yes.
up.
Well, as you know, there's a lot of dates you gotta negotiate around with regards to Arbor Week. Arbor Week itself is always the last full week of April, and the the last day, the last Friday in April is actually Arbor Day. But we, as part of our being a Tree City USA, we participate in an Arbor Week poster contest. And so I've called the schools. It's a 4th grade project, but if we have 3-4 split, we include those students as well. And I've called the schools, and we have 179 total students in 3 schools this year, which
How
is
many?
179. That is 50 more than last year.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. I kept thinking I've got something wrong, but I guess I don't, because these are the numbers that I got when I called the schools. So our big concern is for us as a commission, when do we judge these posters, and when do we take them and have them placed in the businesses for display? So we gotta work all around Easter break or spring break, because a lot of schools now have a spring break. So this is the best I could figure out, considering we have 2 public schools and 1 parochial school, and they have different spring breaks. But I think the best time for us to have our meeting would probably be April 20th. Now, I don't know if that calendar is up there. No, it's not up to April there, but that's very much close to the time we did it last year.
Yeah.
Then after that, we judge these posters, not knowing which student did what poster. And then we have to find out from the schools who the winners are based on a coding system that's on the back of the poster. And then from there, we have to make sure we notify these people before they're leaving on a break.
Right.
We have to coordinate all of these
Right.
things because it's a busy time of year. So I think April 20th, that would mean we would not meet on our regular meeting date, but
I
we
can't remember
haven't
what date
met for years.
Yeah, I feel like I pushed it back a little bit because I knew the first in April is the Grosse Point schools.
It ends on, we get home.
Grosse
the third.
Point
The Sunday is
schools,
the 3rd,
Okay.
that's when it ends.
Okay.
for Grosse Point schools.
yeah, Grosse Point schools break is March 28th to April 1st.
Okay, so I'm not sure what date I put on the schedule.
You
I don't have it with me.
Let's see here, let's see, you gave us
I did
that.
give you the schedule.
Yeah,
Just
you
have
gave
it
us
with me.
Let's see if we can figure that out.
The 18th, which is kind of late.
You had it for April 13.
Okay, so I can see if I can move that to the 20th.
Yeah,
And did I have
I
it?
think you had it on the 13th. Last year, I
I didn't have to
believe
move
we judged on like the 20th or 22nd, I don't know.
The following week.
It's always a little bit of a juggling act. trying to
And do we
figure
like
out
the
what
way we did
works
it last
the
year,
best.
where we would kind of spread them out at?
We spread them out over at the Lavin
The
Center.
top,
We
yeah.
hope by this time, we won't have to do that, but we'll have to wait and see how things are going.
Might not be
If
a bad idea.
necessary, we may have to judge them at the Lavin Center like we did the last time, spreading them all out on the floor.
That was fun.
It was fun, yeah, it was.
I
But
liked it
I
there.
think April
It was fun.
20th, and then
Okay, I will
it
do that.
looks like the regular meeting of city council, it usually meets the second Monday. Is that still the case?
That would be for May, or are you talking about? for April?
May the 9th,
Yeah, let me check. We rearranged some dates and I didn't get the new schedule, but I'm on the website right now.
okay. Because that's the day that children would actually be honored by the
Oh,
mayor.
yeah,
Right.
Would
Yeah.
that,
Okay.
can
you're
you,
right. Let's see.
Oh, Barbara's messaging me.
So we have May 4th as a
Do you want to?
beautification, May 9th is our city council.
yes.
She's going to the pool.
What was that?
Barb.
She said Barbara's messaging her.
She
I
said the
what did
minutes
she
are
have to say?
fine, I'm going to the pool.
Okay, okay.
Rub it in, Barb,
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you.
Well,
Yes.
I think if it is May 9th, then that
Yes,
would,
it is. It is.
Okay.
it is, okay, that would be the day that we would honor them here at City Hall.
Okay, and
And
try to have at least some of us here for.
I'll be
So-
there.
You know, I'll be here.
It looks like April the 20th would be the day we would do judging.
I'll work on that
Okay.
to move that.
If there is a problem with that and we have to try to move it to the 13th, we'll do our best. However, I'm trying to remember, see, schools are closed on Good Friday, both public and private.
I don't swear we can't.
Which is
find a
the
way to move this to
15th.
20th.
And I wouldn't be able to notify those kids if they go away and whatnot.
It's
Right.
sloppy.
It all
Right.
gets complicated
Yep, I will,
because of school closing.
yep, I will
and-
work
and
on moving
breaks.
that. I'll work
So
on
we'll
moving
try
that.
to make that work. For now, April 20 will be the date of the April meeting.
Okay. The only thing I have to add to that is this, if we're still live streaming this way,
We
we
can't
may have
do
to have
that
the
for
meeting
judging.
here and then do the judging there.
Yeah.
Or we move the judging here somewhere.
Right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so
Right.
that would get determined as we figure out our video capabilities.
That, the disadvantage of doing it on the 20th is that gives us very little time to get out there in the community and get those posters up
That's
before
true.
the actual Arbor Week, the designated
Oh,
Arbor
yeah,
Week.
it's like following.
So,
So if you're ready to
you
be
know,
ready to pivot and go.
we gotta hustle.
Yeah.
When's
Okay,
Arbor Week? What are the dates of Arbor Week?
the Arbor Week, Arbor Day itself is Friday, let me see here. I gotta make sure, April 29th.
Okay.
Okay.
We can do it.
So Pat, do you ask which businesses are interested in hanging these, or do we just give them to everybody?
What we do is we hand out, people pick up posters, they take an area that
Yeah,
many of them
we're
have done before,
Yeah,
and they go to every business.
okay. I remember we had some assignments of streets and things like
Yeah.
that.
Well, maybe we determine next month who's gonna take which
Yeah.
area and you guys
That's a
contact
good
your business
idea.
ahead of time.
That's a
So
good
it's just a
idea.
drop off and,
Yeah, so
Right.
just to prop them, because if we're judging on the 20th, that's a Wednesday, we want to get them up by the 22nd, Friday
Right,
for the
right.
weekend, for the beginning of Arbor Week.
Yep.
Which is
It's
great.
interesting to note that the first school has 5 sections
wow.
of 4th grade.
Well, because it absorbs public.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there is no Trombley
Right.
anymore, and I think that makes,
Five,
but even
seven.
last year,
With
That's
Trombley,
crazy.
right.
had only 129, so it's
That's
so
not bad.
surprising to
I
me
don't
that the
like that.
numbers are so much higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
You like that bubble of kids, for sure.
All the predictions were wrong.
That's right.
Yeah,
Not very-
Who knows, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Now,
Okay.
if you would like to be in any way involved with the Arbor Week activities, please let me know. I would welcome your help. I need help distributing posters, picking up posters, inventorying posters,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. And so I
Okay.
thank you,
Of
Lisa.
course.
I can
I
help you
will,
with me.
yes.
Okay,
And I can grab them from all the schools.
well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask all of you to take some and
Yeah.
distribute.
I mean, pick them up from Defer and from there.
Yeah,
Like-
that part of it is not as hard.
Okay, good.
Except if there's so many of them.
Right.
Sometimes I have to go in and out the building. and As you know, you don't just walk in and out of the
Yeah.
building.
No, it's a good.
Everything is a little more complicated
Little
than
more
it used to be.
complicated.
That's how I met you, Pat.
to
Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yes, that's right, over at Trombley.
She walked in at Trombley and I was clinic mom.
Oh, my gosh.
And she had all these trees and posters and,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, she's delivering the.
She was
posters.
delivering the
Oh,
trees.
I
and
love
posters.
it.
I miss being clinic mom.
Well, oh, that was, I
That was a
love
lot of
being
fun.
clinic mom, I know. It was
You're
cool.
all the good stuff.
Okay,
Great.
great.
Spring plan exchange.
So I checked, we have May 21 down
Mhm.
is the date. It is not on the city calendar.
Okay.
It is confirmed with,
Okay.
yeah, with the Tompkins Center, with Chris and Chad,
So.
for sure. Yes,
Okay.
100%. I made sure, those were the first dates I made sure
Yeah.
cleared first. Yes.
So so do you want me to contact the city and get it on the calendar, or are you gonna talk to them anyway?
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure. Yeah, I think Courtney has the dates that were actually at the Tompkins Center for different events for the year, so I
okay,
think she just has the meetings.
okay.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
And my plan was just to do the same thing I did last year. I was gonna work with the same promotion schedule and pushing things out, the city emails and Facebook. posters, you know, all that kind of thing.
Mhm.
But something that I think you did for fall was houseplants, didn't you? Or did that materialize? Were some people exchanging houseplants?
Nice.
Is that something that we would,
Yeah.
Why
don't
not?
see why not?
Why
Of
not?
course. You just need to
Okay.
kind of designate an area for it, right? So,
Yeah,
is
like
that
a
what you did,
health
Army?
table.
Yeah.
okay, so I'll
I
add
know it's a
that.
football
okay.
weekend for me. So.
And we usually end up getting them anyway,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
but if
Do
you let
you need
people know.
any, yeah, do you need any assistance? Do you need anybody to volunteer to help?
Not at this point,
Okay.
but I mean, we're meeting in
That's very
March,
cool.
so,
Right.
yeah.
If anyone's interested in helping with that. or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. volunteers.
Yeah, but also I'll do all the advanced stuff and.
I'll make sure.
to
it gets-
notify
Yeah, I'll make sure it's on the city
the
calendar.
recreation staff, is, you know, yeah,
Are you gonna-
but,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my plan, doing what we did last year.
Is your goal still to be out and outside?
I think that's what we
That's
should, but we have to have inside as a backup,
Of course,
obviously,
of
but yeah, I
course.
thought that went over well.
COVID or no COVID, it's kind of nice.
I think it is, it's a lot cleaner.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think they appreciate it too, a little, other than
Yeah,
schlepping the tables.
yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
all felt that, I think it drew people in,
That's it, yeah. It does, it kind
Yeah,
of
'cause you
attracts
see
you
it
to
from
the.
outside.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
yeah.
absolutely.
A little bit of music.
What's my favorite one?
Weren't we talking about offering drinks this time?
Well, we didn't have refreshments the last
Yeah.
time, but traditionally in the past, they have provided refreshments.
Yeah.
So I don't
Maybe we can
know.
get a sponsor.
Well, the city bought them.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
Okay.
might be able to have like refreshments.
Yeah.
We used to have because little. not COVID
And we're still in
already.
the park, so it's BYOB still.
I mean, you can
We do.
tailgate all you
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Oh, those kind of refreshments.
I meant both. I'm not allowed to drink that much anymore, so.
I know.
We used to go to Kroger and buy like little donuts
Yeah.
and pastry. Were you on the commission
Well,
when?
we did that now.
It was
Probably 3 years
pre-COVID.
ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I
think COVID.
I just figured there was a few things like that,
Yeah.
that we're gonna have to, I mean, we could even wait until April.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we've got time for that,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's not something that we promote necessarily.
No.
People
It's just
show
a
up,
nicety
you
of
know,
it.
You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just fun.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I put the MCG challenge on, but it
Where-
sounds like we already talked about it. MGC challenge?
Yeah, Michigan Green City Communities.
Oh,
Oh, you have to go.
I don't know what I did.
I-
I don't know.
We don't have that on
oh my
ours.
goodness. Well, here, look.
That, you must have added that to the agenda. then.
Distributed my bad.
No, you don't.
You haven't heard it or
I need to work today.
You got it on yours.
I double checked with Lisa, but she was resubmitting it.
Oh,
She was what?
Resubmitting it
I don't.
Okay, I'll put it.
for
in
your
the right
friend, right?
order.
in the boxes. Yeah, so they were supposed to submit that,
Okay.
the receipt for our
Computer.
insurance for the boxes. That gets submitted.
I printed it
We
out.
did, Brian?
A couple days ago.
Yeah, we actually
Did you
talked
hear
about that.
anything about the
This is the
check going
original.
out?
Okay.
Remember I sent you the invoice for,
I submitted it,
but did you hear anything about the check going out?
no, but I'm sure,
I'm sure. it's
So
in.
was that, she just asked again, so,
Okay,
I just, you gave it to me last week, I submitted it right away, so
okay, so.
usually takes a couple
if
weeks.
it doesn't, yeah, if it doesn't happen by next week, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll make
let
sure
me
it's
know,
taken care of.
Carmen,
All right,
but I'm sure it won't be a problem.
they'll just mail it to her.
Mhm.
Because you mentioned you had more new business.
It had to do with the Michigan Green Community.
Oh, okay.
And also Arbor Week. So
Yeah.
we have our traditions of Arbor Week. The city through the Community Engagement Committee, which is Brian Brenner, Michelle Hodges and myself and Nick, want to incorporate some Earth Day activities in. Last year, we scrambled and we were able to do like one tip for how to, one sustainable tip per day for a week. We added that on the city's website, the city's Facebook page, so they would do that. But that was because we were strapped for time. So talking to Brian and Michelle, they were asking me if I could throw this out to our commission here for any new ideas that we could do for Arbor Week or Earth Week, ending with Arbor Day. So Earth and Arbor Week. And I told them that we prefer Arbor Week here. So we can have an Earth Week celebration with an Earth Day theme as well. So just something to think about. That's gonna be coming up in April. We can think about it for a month. And then
Yeah.
see what we can come up with. It can't involve too much of a lift, so something similar to what we did last year with ideas with, Ame and myself came up with like 7 tips that they put out on the webpage each week, one a week on how to be more green. Like, certain things about recycling, just things that aren't common knowledge. So that's the minimal we can do, but if we can do something else, let's see if we can come up with something out of the box. Or do some research
Okay.
what other cities are doing. That's what I'm gonna be looking into
Nice.
and seeing what we can do. So,
So the focus is really adding Earth Day into it, because we have Arbor Day.
yeah,
Settled, but you
Yeah.
wanna like, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And how do we
And
want
Earth
to
Day
do
is
it?
April 22nd, every
Yeah,
year.
Earth Day
right?
is the Monday of Arbor Week.
Oh,
Arbor Week
it's
is
not
Friday,
the
Arbor Day
same
is Friday,
day.
right? So, yeah, so
It's
26.
not April 22nd.
It is, that's
I
a
think
Monday.
that's a Monday,
Yeah.
I believe, and then it's
Yep.
either Sunday or Monday.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Monday of that week that ends with
Okay,
Arbor Day.
got it. It's April.
And if you guys think of anything, feel free to email me anytime. I can tell you if that's feasible. And again, I don't know if we have a budget for any of this, but I'll ask Nick as well.
The one thing we need to look into, Brian and I do for Arbor Day, we've done the pencils,
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah.
And
Seedlings.
I didn't look in my house downstairs. I know at one time I stored some pencils there, but I think we're running quite low. Do you happen to know if you have them?
I wrote that, I noted that last year, I need to order more.
Yeah.
We don't have enough.
Okay, the other thing I thought of, and I don't have it on, I used to have it on this. It's that little button that says plant trees. To do something different, rather than doing the pencils, we could maybe order, and I think those are from the National Arbor Day Foundation. I don't know
Yeah.
what they're charging, but it's a nice little button that says plant trees.
Do you want to do that instead of the pencil?
I was thinking it might be nice to do something different.
Yeah, no problem. I know you're talking about, check the pricing.
Yes, you got them as, one time you won that
Yeah.
bonus package for our commission.
Oh, do those go to everyone or?
Oh, no, Brian won that, but don't
No,
they-
no, I mean.
They go to the
button.
4th graders.
So what if we did something like to put on their phones or their computers or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that, like they
A
might,
sticker,
right?
or.
yeah, like a sticker or a pop-up or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think we could afford the pop-ups. I think those are
They get
just gonna be.
Not the
too
pop-ups,
much.
but like a,
Are you committed
yeah,
to getting
either a
it
small
from the
sticker for the back of the
Arbor
form or a bigger sticker for on their computer.
Because with
Well,
all
that's
that.
another option, absolutely.
I'm open to anything.
Okay.
Brian, maybe you and I can get
Yeah.
together and work that out.
Good idea.
Just remember 4th grade boys and pins don't mix.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know about the pins anymore. I don't know if they'll actually wear them, but they'll like.
It's a fun, it's
Go
great.
poke
idea.
it then.
They can put it on their backpacks.
My
too.
20-year-old daughter was so excited to get a thing to slap on her laptop for Wayne State. And she was like, oh my God, I got this free. I'm like, we have like
Really?
1,000 of them.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Angela, she gets those
Right.
every time we go on vacation, and she
Yeah.
puts them on her laptop too, so you.
They love them, right?
Well, maybe a big sticker would be a
Yeah,
nice
They're like,
thing.
Yeah.
And they can put them anywhere. They can put them on their laptops. They can put them wherever they want. And there you go.
And fourth grade boys and stickers are a little safer, but still.
Definitely more than
They're gonna
pins.
end up on
It's
someone's butt or
it's
something.
gonna be.
Well, that's not our problem.
Yeah, no, I think it's nice to, because it's a constant reminder of what we're doing here, so the stickers are a great idea too.
Exactly. Okay. Anything else? Holiday awards.
Okay, holiday awards. So we had quite a time getting these done because both Barbara and I ended up having printer issues, but hey, we got them all off. They go in a big envelope like this. The homeowner gets this certificate with the seal. And, people just very much appreciate being acknowledged for their hard work, whether it's for decorating for a specific holiday or for their plantings or what have you. So these are always wonderful PR for the city and a wonderful way to recognize the hard work of residents who make the city look so good during the holidays. This year, we sent out 67 of these. I originally said 66, but we had a house, one of our numbers had a dual number on the house. And our uncertainty as to what to do in a situation like that means we send to both numbers.
Okay.
So technically it was 66 homes were recognized. thank you to everybody who did a wonderful, wonderful job with all your nominations. And I was very, very much appreciative of Barbara Miller's help on this. It took us a while because we had made some mistakes. Because it seems like you've done this for several years, you wouldn't ever make a mistake anymore, but we had the wrong year on the first group.
Oh, wow. I've done
Very
that.
often, things like that, a billion times, of course.
But anyway, fortunately, we didn't do them all with the wrong year. We caught it. But
Okay.
thank goodness we caught it before we nailed it. So,
Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for your hard work, Barb. Thank you, even though I know you're at the pool, someone else will have to tell her. But thank you both.
They look really good. too.
They
They
did.
look really good.
Yeah, they did. Thank you, everyone, for participating in that. And thanks again for spearheading that yet again. This next time is reserved, is there any other old business? Okay. This time is reserved for public comments. We have no public in attendance, so unless anyone knows of public comments that have been texted or emailed in, does anyone have anything else they'd like to share or? Okay, then I move that we
Well,
adjourn.
oh,
I'm
we
sorry.
have-
Yep.
you have here a date to remember.
Yes, sorry.
The Celebrate Spring event.
Yes.
That event will be not April 6th, but April 13.
Good to know.
April 13, it's an event with the Beautification Council of
Mhm.
Southeastern Michigan and Keep Michigan Beautiful, a joint meeting. It will be held at the gazebo in the city of Warren. It is a wonderful site for a meeting. We are going to be somewhat socially distanced. We are going to have a large room there, and those tables that normally could hold 10 people, we're going to restrict to 6 people. And we are going to have some wonderful speakers, including one that's been confirmed, and that is from the city of Fraser. There is a barrier-free park that they developed over 15 years in that city that is absolutely phenomenal. And the way they planned it, they funded it, and the types of things that are a part of McKinley Barrier Free Park are just amazing. And the gal who spearheaded that project will be one of our speakers at the meeting. And I encourage you all to go because that is the combination of the spirit of volunteerism, tapping into a lot of resources. I mean, they raised probably close to $1 million when all was said and done. It's quite amazing, but that was over 15 years, it's quite amazing what they did. And this is a park that's meant to be enjoyed by people who obviously would have some disabilities and might not be able to do certain things. And it's a fun park for everybody, whether you're able-bodied or not. It's an amazing facility. And it's done so much to enhance the community of the city of Fraser. So that will be a wonderful speaker to hear.
So is this an open event or do we need to
Oh, no,
RSVP?
we do need to RSVP,
Okay.
and I will tell you one of the benefits of going, because normally we limit the amount you can charge for a luncheon to $15, and our city of Grosse Pointe Park has been gracious enough to cover that for us. However, the event actually costs a lot more than that.
Sure.
And the balance is being paid by the Keep Michigan Beautiful Foundation. So your lunch will be subsidized by them, and you get a pretty amazing lunch. If you've never been to an event at the gazebo, you don't know, but they're quite famous for their food, and they really do a wonderful job. That's located at 13 Mile and Mound.
Okay. So would it be helpful to RSVP through you? Pat?
Oh, absolutely.
And when would you like people to let you know by?
Well, we don't have to know until sometime in March.
Okay, we'll talk about it again in
So
March.
the formal invitation has not even gone out. And to be very honest with you, the last 2 years, we've canceled this event because of COVID.
Yeah.
Great.
But we feel confident enough now that the numbers are declining, that the event can be held. So, and I encourage you to go. You will enjoy it, and you get a lot of great information and a great meal and an opportunity to meet people from so many other groups beautification groups in not only southeast Michigan, but some other outlying areas of Michigan.
I'll start thinking about your calendar and we'll have some responses for Pat in March, so we can get some early
I'm
RSVPs.
excited.
Fantastic. Okay, anyone else? And I move that we adjourn at 7:59. That's okay. Do I have a motion? Actually, I can't move, so do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Armin? Or Ann?
Armin.
Armin.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet again in March 2nd.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels like in 2 seconds, right?
That's why you're doing it.
My throat is so dry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Stuck together.
All right. Yeah. We'll have to figure out the seating for the next one if we have everyone here,
Yeah.
but
No, if they pushed the center portion back and made more of an arc, you could open up space on the sides and you could have at least two sitting on the end.
yep.
But the way